doing fantastic. So today's video is a little bit different. As you may or may not know, I was in LEGO Masters Australia Season 3 this year in 2021. What year is it? Oh my goodness. But anywho, there was a contestant named Atlanta and she does an interview with me. We speak about our time on LEGO Masters, as well as we go through a couple of other things. We just talk about life, we talk about Dungeons and Dragons and dice and all the good stuff. So if that's something you wanna, if you're interested in that sort of thing, yeah, buckle up. You're about to watch it. Oh, and this interview was featured on the channel Level Up TTV, so that's over at Twitch. I'll leave the link to all the description. Oh, I'll leave links. Hang on. In the description box, I'll leave links. Oh God.
Hello everyone! Oh my goodness! Welcome back today. This is another episode of Blood Life, as you guys are aware. But also what you guys might not be aware of is that I am here with another beautiful contestant from LEGO Master Season 3, Amy! Amy, how are you today?
Hi Atlanta, thank you for having me.
Oh, any time. Look, we are, for those who don't know, I myself was a contestant on LEGO Masters Season 3 in Australia. The best series of LEGO Masters. You can come for me, that's fine, I've got no problems. Within saying that, Amy and I were just going to be talking a little bit about everything and things that were missed. Tia Atlanta was robbed. Lots of love to everyone in chat. So if you guys do have any questions for Amy while we are chatting, throw them in the chat. I'm going to be happily asking her. But we're going to go through a whole heap of different little things today. I myself, I love sharing with you guys. I'm in a little bit of pain today, but I'm going to push through as much as I can. Lots of fun things, you know, that come with being a woman, which, you know, I'm all about breaking the stigma on because, you know, it's natural. It's a human body.
Yes.
But anyway, enough about me. Let's jump into it. So, Amy,
Yes.
you have shown me many a times your plant collection.
Yes.
You are an avid collector of certain type of succulent.
Yes, Echeveria.
Mm-hmm.
So they're usually, that's the rosette shaped succulent. So I am a big fan of plants. I've always liked flowers, but I didn't like how flowers would bloom and then they would die and then that was it and you had to wait till next season for them to bloom. When I found out about succulents, I actually loved the foliage shape. It looked like a rosette constantly throughout the whole year. So the flower wasn't the main thing about the plant. It was actually the shape of the plant. So that's, yeah, how I fell in love with them.
I love it. And dare I ask, how many roughly do you have?
I'm embarrassed. Okay, so
don't at all. You have an incredible collection. Like, oh my goodness,
crazy when I count.
No.
The last time I officially counted, I was at 370, and that was probably a bit over a year ago. And then when I counted that, and I was like, okay, I know I've collected more since then, and I'm just gonna stop counting now because it's starting to get almost like an obsessive hobby.
But no, you're a collector of them. Like you have some very unique types too, like ones that are really hard to find and everything like that. And I think that is
ones and
so cool. And it was definitely some things that like should have definitely been put in there so we knew about it.
I know, it's funny. They actually did film a backstory on all my plants. I'm out there watering my garden. Like it was crazy because you don't often water succulents. Like they love not being watered. They're a desert plant. So but the show was like, is it okay if you just like water your succulents? I'm like, I better not lose it. Like this will kill them potentially. They're like, it's okay, it'll look good. I'm like, okay. So I did it, and then they didn't use the footage. So
you're like, I could have potentially lost my babies for this.
But that's okay.
Yeah. I was at Trent's house the other night, and they filmed a podcast for their backstory, which they never used. And one of their collectibles actually had fallen off during the podcast and shattered. So like, because you know how antique-y collectibles that is. So like.
That'd be devastating, yeah.
Yeah, like especially like for his art, like it was fascinating. So Amy is, when I have a plant that is dying, I usually take photos and send them to Amy, and I'm like, what is going on? And she'll be like, root rot, repot it, like, yeah, stop watering it, like, she is my go-to, she's my green thumb. Everybody in chat's like, I have a black thumb, I can't even keep one alive. Amy helps me.
Succulents. They're a lot easier to keep alive than
yeah. I love that. Dungeons and Dragons. You played your first game last night.
I did, my first ever game. Yeah.
How was it? How was the experience? Like, take us through it. How was like the character creation? What was your favorite part? Like,
yeah, I was super nervous because what everyone had described, it was a little bit like all that I kept popped into my head was like playing games like Skyrim and stuff like that. So I was just like, oh, this sounds cool, but I don't know how that's going to happen in real life without a computer screen, and where's my controller, like so it was really cool, like the character selection sort of thing, and going through the book and seeing like which sort of like character you'd like, what sort of race and what sort of background and stuff like that. Rolling the dice, like finding out what. Yeah, it was actually.
Did you guys go through full stat array, as in like you rolled, your 4d6, subtract the one that's the lower one, and use the highest? Oh, the highest 4. It's one of them, but yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I think you did, because I saw that your strength was 7. I saw that your strength was 7, and I was like, they rolled this, and that is rude. Like, why would you have like a level 1 character come in and just give them a 7 on strength?
Actually, you know what? Because I was like getting really good, like I was getting okay rolls, and they're like, "Oh, this is great," and then all of a sudden the 7 come out, and then I was like, "Oh dear!" And that was actually my choice. They're like, "Where do you want the 7?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'll just put it in strength." I put it up the top because I wanted my character to be like really smart and really good like perception and stuff like that. I can't remember
perception,
the things, because then I'm like, well, at least she's got more of a chance to get the kill, even though it's just going to be a tiny little poke.
Yeah. I was definitely looking at. That's what my
strategy was.
Yeah, because I was looking at the sheet that you sent me, and I was like, so you chose a drow, a dark elf, and you were a fighter, and the subclass was champion, and you had like a -2 to strength.
Yeah.
So I was like looking at it, and Jeff and I, we were looking at it, and I was like, you could do like, your dex was insane. Your dex was so high. So I think it was like a +3 or something, +4 or something. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, this makes sense. Like, this is doable. Yeah. But my gosh, Danny, like, Tim, so evil for not letting you go above a 10 and just being like, have fun with a 7 in strength. Like, I've got Tia, who's my DM, and he's like, come on, nothing beneath a 10.
I'm a newbie, but I don't know. I still had luck on my side though, so I did really good with that the 20 side sort of dice.
D20?
Like,
yeah,
I was rolling a lot of 20s. Like, I don't know why, but even Tim was just shocked. Like, the first battle we went in, I rolled a 20, and then Tim was like, nah, he was like, that's insane, do it again. I'm like, okay, rolled it, another 20, and then he's like, okay, you've just killed that first monster. Like, with my weak sword, but
oh my gosh, that's where it's at though. Like, it's
I think it was like beginner's luck.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the story and everything. How did you go with it? How was the role playing? Like,
It
how did you
was
feel in the world?
it was beautiful. So Tim and Danny have this setup. They've got this board completely made out of Lego, and as the characters are sort of going through their missions, Tim brings out all these like little Lego built trees and forests, and it was like a snow tundra sort of thing. So there was all these like mountains and wolves and stuff like that. So it was really, he was telling such a good story, but being able to like see it all there in Lego as well, I was just I don't know, it almost felt better than a computer game. Like it's
It's very
real life computer game.
interactive.
I was loving it.
And especially with other players there too, like doing the story with you. It's very different, but it's very enjoyable. So dare I ask, are you guys going to be playing again?
Oh, 100%. I think my character sheet's going to be like left there, and then like when I go back and I'll play her again.
Yeah, I love it. And what
maybe I should roll another one to get a better strength. But anyway, I was having okay luck with that.
What was your so your character, did you like come up with a little backstory for them or anything?
So my character's name was Dathena, the dark elf. And she had been captive by like her mentor sort of thing, and so she had like a dark history, and then she was like escaping her past sort of thing.
I love it.
But
yeah. I started off with probably like 3 sentences for a backstory. Now I do about a page, because it allows your DM, so for every character you create in your backstory, right, it gives the DM something to play with. So like, be it's so funny. I was explaining this to Alexi, which is one of my employees, like one of the girls that I work with, and she's joining my campaign on Sunday nights. And she was, we were going through it all, and I was like, it could be as simple as, didn't love home, so I decided to, run away and become a rogue, or run away and become like a fighter of my own choice and everything like that. But then you can also go into extra detail and be like,
distracted by shiny things.
Exactly. Like I grew up with, my best friend, Alex. We were inseparable. And there was one time where Alex got kidnapped, and I had to go and, use a lot of my stealth and everything in order to locate him. And then like I was able to, and then, we were great, and now Alex has gone missing again. I have no idea where he is. So that's now, that's your character's driven goal, is to find their best friend. You know what I mean? Like there's so many crazy little things you can add in there, like, your parents, your upbringing, your lineage, there's so much, and there's no limit, you know what I mean? So like, the game that we're playing at the moment, I thought it would be so cool. We didn't do it, and I have not done it. If we're basically, the nightmare realm is trying to escape, and I was like, well, how cool would it be if someone in the party was like a conduit, or someone who worked for the nightmare realm, right? Like, they died or something, and the nightmare realm was able to bring them back, right? So there's little things like that, which then escalates the story to be like, cool, well, I'm working for the bad guys, but also I've got to work with the party and the good guys to like see what they're doing and everything. But I like that there's no balance of good and dark. It's just how you perceive it in your brain. You never know, right? Which I find really a lot of fun.
I really oh, sorry, I was just
no, you go.
I really enjoyed how long the game goes for, because you get so immersed in the game. Hours had gone by. We had started at 5:30 for the character creation, and then we sort of started to get the intro into it. We paused for Lego Masters, and ate pizza. And then we went back into it, and we were playing till nearly, I think it was midnight last night, and it was just like I felt like I blinked and all this time had gone. And it was funny. I think I dreamt about it last night because I woke up this morning and I'm like, I want to play again. Like I think I'm addicted.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I had my first sip of D&D and I want more.
That's it, isn't it? That's all it takes. I love it so much. Yeah, Tia is in like, he's like, it's an addiction. Like it's so good. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Within segueing for that RPG dice, as this is Blood Life, Amy is actually going to be coming and she's going to become working the booth at PAX Oz, hopefully. That is, of course, if PAX Oz goes through. She's in Melbourne, and yeah, I was like, I miss Amy so much, so what a way to have her around all weekend with me. So I was like, come do some work for me, and she's like, yes.
Like, 100%, I'm there.
Yeah. So it's October. It'll be a lot of fun. Really, really excited.
Yeah.
So I guess we talk about Lego Masters. How was your, like, look, all of us had different experiences.
Yeah.
Especially as, you know, we were in the same season together, so, you know, we got to, within saying that, actually what I might do is I might throw up some photos of us, like, hanging out behind the scenes. I know you love some of these photos, and I will describe which ones they are to you because I know that you have them on your computer. So the first one, let me just get rid of this good old dice show here. The first one is you, me, and Jess, episode 2, in the green room.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think this was such a sweet little photo of us. This was the first photo we ever got together.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, it was, yes.
Yeah. And I think it was so sweet. We were just kind of hanging out, and I think it was at the start. So we were in full COVID protection. So we had the masks, everything like that. It was really funny. None of us had actually seen each other's faces for the first time until we went
the green room
in the door the first time. Everybody had their masks on and everything, so it was it was a full experience.
Yeah, and all the contestants, we all had to have like the COVID tests and stuff like that to make sure we're all completely fine and healthy, sort of thing, and we're safe. And then that's how we were then we were able to hug each other. Yes. It was just that moment of because it was Melbourne hard lockdown, so people and I live by myself, so I was experiencing just complete
isolation,
and then coming on the show and then being with 15 people. I was just I forgot how much I loved people. So I was just everybody hugged me or whatever.
Love me. Yeah. Oh, I am right there with you. My goodness.
Yeah.
All right. The next photo I'm gonna throw up is you get the side of my face there, and I love it. Is us sitting in the hallway. The hallway photo. Now the reason why we did this was because Amy had to leave our little circle.
I did. Yeah.
Perfectly worth it and everything, and all ways and everything. So as you can see, I've actually got part of Di. I got Ali there beside me.
Yeah.
What? I think I came to show it to you. So Amy couldn't leave her room, so we had to stay 1.5 meters apart from Amy until you'd have your COVID test come back. What
was happening at the time is my grandfather became really unwell during the filming of, I think, episode 1. So it was quite a bit of a shock. So where we were sort of getting filmed, I had to sort of leave and go basically say goodbye to Poppy. And so when I came back, because I had left that safe bubble of doing the COVID test and stuff, because I had gone back to see my family and stuff like that, I had to come back and then get the test done again, and then isolate. So, and I felt because I was very sad and vulnerable at that time. And then I was like, okay, now I'm back to isolation, even though all my friends are outside, sort of thing. But it was so beautiful that all you guys just were there to support me.
Yeah.
And, like,
From a distance.
from
Yeah.
a distance. And I was, yep.
Yeah, it was so cute. I loved it. Like, there was
love. I didn't feel alone. It was
I remember, Jess messaging me and she's like, we're in the hallway, come hang out. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like heavily building Diag on Alex. I was like, I just need to get this done.
Yeah.
I need to finish it. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put our ISO photo in there. So we we went and had some margaritas while we were isolated. So basically, when we were eliminated and you were eliminated, we were allowed to talk to each other again. And we like went out for drinks and hung out, because when we got eliminated, it was like we were not told that we were coming back, but we weren't allowed to see anyone who was currently still in the game, right?
Yeah.
So we kept so far away from everyone, and we like did our own thing. So we went and hung out. And you want to tell them the penguin story?
The penguin story?
Where you like, come and have a look at the penguins, and there were no penguins.
I don't remember that. What was that?
Because we were
the penguins. Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was like, oh, welcome to Melbourne. Do you want to see like one of like the things that people come to look at? And there's this pier in, I think it's St Kilda, where you actually go and it's really beautiful. You see all these like penguins come home for the night, which is at night. And I took Atlanta there during the day because I didn't really. I just thought they would always be there. They would always just be hanging out. But no, turns out it's just a nighttime thing. So we went for a lovely stroll down to this pier. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to show you these beautiful little penguins. There was none.
Look, the dedication was there. We were excited. We pretended there was penguins. And it was like, oh no!
Penguin noises, like we're like calling them out.
We did. We made sounds to try to call them, to coax them near.
I don't know.
It did not work, sadly.
No.
I wish it did.
Yeah.
My last day in Melbourne is this photo, which is us in the steam room.
Yeah, the sauna. Yes.
The sauna,
yes,
which we never got to use.
No, so that was all closed in the hotel. In the hotel elimination we were staying in, that area was all closed. The sauna, the hot tub, all that sort of thing. So, but the day that we got to leave it opened up. And we're like, why? So me and Atlanta just decided to go for a little tour.
Because we were finally able to go in there, and the gym was finally open too. Like, everything opened up as we left. I was like, damn it. Like, could you imagine the times we could have spent in the sauna? Like,
yeah, I would have lived in there. I'm constantly cold, so I would have absolutely lived in there.
I loved it so much.
We could have drank margaritas in there.
Okay, probably not, but the thought's there.
Okay. Is that not allowed?
I don't think so. I don't think you're allowed to take any water in there, to be completely honest.
Oh, okay.
We have the next photo. Yeah. So I was in Sydney. This was a month ago, a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
You were in Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a museum and I like messaged Amy. I was like, hey, you're in Sydney at the moment, right? I'm also in Sydney. Come to the museum. And you did.
I did. 100%. Yes. Yep. I say yes to a lot of stuff. Like, I love just random stuff. Yes, I'll do it.
There was a monsoon within saying that.
Uh-huh. Yes.
We were drenched.
Oh, yes.
Like, our feet were soaked. Like,
yep.
What a day.
It was amazing. Like it was crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's not really an experience that you have every day, or I don't think I've ever experienced like a monsoon in Sydney. Yeah,
It was
fun.
it was so good. All right, I've got 2 more photos here. We have to do the peppermint crisper. It's not an option.
Okay.
I love it so much. So we had this little kind of joke on set, if you will, where Amy had this beautiful chocolate that she babied for for 3 days, I think it was.
Yes, so I don't eat chocolate often. The only time I ever eat chocolate is right before I get my period.
Yeah.
So I have this certain time where I all of a sudden crave chocolate. So I'm prepared. I buy this peppermint crisper because it's my favorite chocolate. And I carry it around with me up until that moment where I'm just like, I really need a peppermint crisper. I didn't realize that was weird.
I know, I loved it so much. It's just like you knew. You're like, nope, I know what's happening. I need this.
Right moment, right now, it's time to eat the peppermint crisper.
And we had a barbecue up the top. So this was just after Jess and Anthony were eliminated. So we were having a barbecue up the top. And
what is my face doing? I'm like,
oh, you are enjoying it. You're like, I love this so much. It was, what a time. We lived so much life in such a short period of time, which I loved. And then we'll put up our unofficial photo. Oopsies, that was huge. This is good old, we'll get Flair in there too. This photo was great.
I love this photo. Out of all, even all the professional photos of us all, this is the best. This is 100% hands down.
It was just. When was it? When did we take it? It was
after the first the second day. Was it the first or second day after meeting everyone?
Yeah, because I remember we weren't meant to have our masks off. I think masks were not meant to be off. But we did it for a second for the photo.
For photos, for media we could have masks down, but then as soon as photos taken, quick masks back up again, sort of thing.
Yeah,
so,
keep everybody safe and protect and everything. Within saying that, once again, we were all still in our bubble, so we
all
didn't
had
leave
our
it.
COVID tests and stuff like that, so we knew we were all safe in this bubble, sort of thing. So, but we went out and had pizza. We all had pizza and got to know each other, and
this is just as
a family. It was really good. Just, I think that was my moment of oh my gosh, there's so many people around me. Yes, I love people.
That's the thing, is it was a family. As weird as it sounds and everything like that, we all became a family so quickly. I would never change it for the world. But yeah, it was what an experience. Your hero build. What did you build? Do you have it? Do you still have it?
No, because I borrowed a lot of bricks from the brick pit.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Do you have a photo? Do you want me to send you a photo?
Send me a photo, yes.
Yeah, okay. Hang on.
Oops. I love it so much.
Okay, that's sent.
It's so cute. Let me download this bad boy.
So a hero build is when you are introduced to the show, or introduced to the audience, you have something that you've built yourself. It's like your signature
signature piece.
Yeah. It's such a funny word to say, hero build. It's
it is. You're like, surprise. Awesome, we've got it up. Oh, look at that beautiful work of art.
It's Cactus Girl.
It's so cute. The brick bending on the bottom. The complete all of the studs on the out.
They're the little flower prongs. So they're all the spiky bits. Yeah.
I love it. What made you go with cactus? Of course you love plants, but Why
That was-
cactus over a succulent, or like?
Well, I think I love the cactus shape. It's almost like human-like. When I see, like, I often say, plants are my people, plants are my friends, and a cactus is just, I don't know, it's something you kind of want to hug, but not.
Yeah.
Don't hug cactus.
I love it so much. It reminds me of in Monster Hunter they have these little creatures, right, which look like cactuses, and when you go near them they run.
Yeah.
And they're just they're so cute. But this outline is exactly the same with that little.
Yeah. They're like, ah.
Yeah. They're just constantly surprised. Which
I love it.
I love so much. All right, I'm gonna throw.
Well, this was solid built as well, so it was quite heavy.
Of course.
And it was like massive.
It was huge.
Yeah.
And it was you brick built the base. And then you snotted on top.
Yeah, snotted up the top of it, and so all sides were completely studs on the side, so I could add the little prickly bits.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I love it so
I
much.
wish I still had it. Maybe I think I might rebuild it again.
Do it.
Yeah.
Well, we got Brixpo.
Yeah.
Jeff and I need to buy pieces for it today.
Mm-hmm.
But well, you're coming.
Yeah.
So
Flight's booked.
yeah, exactly. I'm like,
Yep.
come, anything that you have that you're like, I wanna add this. Come put it in.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think it'd be really cute. I'm gonna throw to chat. Anyone got any questions for Amy while we have her? If not, that's fine. We're just gonna shoot the shit and talk about anything, really. First of all, is there anything that you wanted to talk about, Amy, or bring up or discuss? Anything that was like, you really wanted displayed that wasn't displayed, or anything like that?
In the show.
Be it show.
I wish they had have shown the backstory that they had filmed. So I was not only doing my plants, I was also in my backstory, I was working on my YouTube channel. So it was my YouTube channel's about, I just do some Lego videos and stuff like that. So that would have been cool for, to show the audience like why I'm there, why like I also like Lego as well, and
Question in chat is, Amy, what is your favorite thing that Lanta has built? But also there is the Lanta, what is your favorite thing Amy has built?
My most favorite thing that Atlanta and Jeff has built was the Dark Knight castle. So the black castle with a burst of like pinkness inside, and that little room with that you had built on the inside of it. It's almost, it looked like, when you showed me, actually they showed you showing me on the show, you're like, hey Amy, look at this, and I'm like, it was like a little dollhouse. It was beautiful. Yeah,
there was little peepholes through the side of it and around it. There was like a little bedroom, there was like a knitting room.
I think there was like a little, was it like a bathroom or like a little shower part as well?
Yeah. There was so many cute little things that I just tried to add in as much as I could. My favorite thing that Amy has built, your tower with the dragon. Oh my gosh, that damn dragon, the drama that was behind it. But all of the
dragon,
but the aesthetics around that building was stunning. So gorgeous. Within saying that, who doesn't love a rainbow waterfall? All of the little stories and details that were happening around it, like the ones looking for the stones and everything like that. There was so many little minifig stories that were happening that weren't included.
I'm a person that gets stuck on side quests on games. I just get lost into it. So I think I kind of do that a bit with Lego as well. I'm like, okay, I'll build this, but also I want to build this and this and this story and this story.
I did exactly the same thing in the first step. Like I had the protesting cheeses at the front of the they were like, viva la cheese. There was so many little crazy stories that they missed, and I'm like, so sad because they were amazing.
I wish there was like they had the show, but then they had extra footage that you could go watch if you wanted to see more details of the builds, because
Maybe that still might happen.
Oh, that would be really cool. Because there's so many. When you're on set, you don't actually get to see other people's builds around you, especially at the time that we were. It was like the COVID lockdown sort of thing. So we're sort of like, once we've done the build, all right, we've got to get back out, put our masks on, go back to the green room. So we didn't get that chance to walk around and see everyone's build up close. So I want to see what my friends built.
Yeah.
Like up close. Like I know I've seen a bit of it on telly, but I know there's a lot more detail that the camera doesn't pick up. So
especially like when you're in the room building, but then you're moving on to other things. You're people are like, oh, so how did that build look in real life and everything like that? I don't know, because we weren't able to, go into detail and have a look at things around the room as much as people were like, you'd think that we would. Like, it was very much a cool, you finish build, out you go, because my goodness, you don't want to, like, it was just hectic.
Like, I really wanted to, I remember after we had done the animal DNA challenge, our build had actually, when they had done the countdown, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, as that was happening, so we had built a elephant scorpion. The thing just like whoop, like its legs, all the legs just kind of flipped out.
No.
Its face and its ears fell off and its eyes fell off, but that's okay. They didn't actually show that. They just kind of showed the aftermath of, this is what they built, and like its ears and everything on the ground. Like, there was a good section of it being built, and then it just fell. But I remember at that time, so after we had finished it all, we looked up and looked around the room. I saw Mike and Harry's like big redback spider, but like at the corner of my eye, and I'm like, oh, I want to see what that is. That looks so cool. But like, so they're like, okay, everyone get out. But I'm like, but I want to, and they're like, hey, get out. I'm like,
the biter was gorgeous, or the spat. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm so upset we didn't get to see more. I was messaging Michael and I was like, dude, the spider bat is awesome.
It was. What I saw, it was just like this I just saw the black and the red and the legs, and I'm like, oh, I want to see more. I want to go see it.
Oh, so good. I love it so much. YouTube, when did you start that? I originally was doing some videos on plants, surprise, on YouTube. Me and Dawe were friends, and so Dawe had messaged me. He's a Lego collector, and he messaged me to say, hey, would you ever do like a video on Lego? And I was like, heck yes, that sounds awesome. He's like, oh cool, maybe we could work on one. And I was like, okay. So I started up the channel Foxy Bloxie, and we worked on a video together. It was during the Melbourne lockdown, so we weren't actually able to like physically see each other or anything like that. So it was all sort of worked on from either of our houses. He lived in Melbourne, I lived in Geelong, sort of thing. So we'd send each other footage and filmed it, and it was good. We put together a video for the it was the, what was it? That was the I had a memory blank. What did I do? That's all good. That's all good.
The Mandalorian. Yes. So the Star Wars one. So yeah, it was fun. So we worked on this video together and we put it out, and was like, okay, that was fun. I'm like, oh, I look forward. Like, and then it was just like in my brain, I'm like, I want to make more videos. This is great. So I start working on some more videos, but it was as that sort of process happened, that's when, so I'd made a Instagram account for it as well. I was all very new to like the YouTube, Lego, all that sort of thing. Made the Instagram account and then get a message from like the people from Lego Masters saying, hey, would you be interested in applying?
Please come do this.
And I was like, I'm very new, like, okay, like, oh no, that's right, I took a screenshot of it and then sent it to Dawe, and I was like, dude, like, what is this? This can't be
Can't
real.
be fake,
This
right?
Like, and then he's like, Amy, check out the email. And I was like, oh yeah. Because it was like, email this, yeah. And then
This is real.
Yeah, he's like, you should do it. And I'm like, yeah, do you want to come on with me? And he was just like, nope, you should ask a friend. And I was like, no, you're like, out of all my friends, I know that you're a Lego collector. I think this is right up your alley. I think you should apply with me. And then he eventually, talked him into it.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. And also, so my poor little YouTube channel, that kind of like I did the one video, and then all this sort of happened, like, oh my gosh, I'm now going to do like interviews and prepare for the show. So all my videos that I was working on for the channel, they were just kind of put on the back burner. And yeah, I
love it. John has just said there is here in the US it is May the 4th. It was May the 4th for us yesterday. So it's Star Wars Day. Have you done a Star Wars build, and how did it go? You have, and you have a video of it.
Yeah, I've done a few of them. I really love the AT-AT or the AT-AT. This is the little tiny one.
Yeah, and you've got a giant one too.
Yeah. Yes. So I absolutely love them. I mean, it is building with a lot of grey, like when you are building it.
Yep.
And that's, so the big AT-AT or AT-AT, there was a lot of concentration needed when you were like building the legs and stuff like that. I was actually watching Star Wars as I was building it. So I remember I was just kind of like building and looking up at the tally, and then I would have a leg going back to front. I'm like, what am I doing?
I love it so much.
But I really, I love my Star Wars.
Yeah, same. Like, I think, I know Parente asked me and Jeff on our Lego Masters Deconstructor. If you haven't gone and watched it, please go and watch it. They're amazing. They're incredible people. They mentioned, they were like, so, in this season, we've had it teased that, Marvel is a thing. The Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then in previous year, there was Star Wars. Which one would you have preferred to do? Which one?
Star Wars!
Yeah, of course, right? I'm like...
I was like, sorry, I didn't realise you
No stress.
Star Wars, 100% Star Wars, I don't really know much about Marvel. I'm a DC girl, so I'm like, Marvel's okay, but I like the dark side.
Yeah. I was exactly the same. I was like, Star Wars, like, no doubt. Like, and they're like, would you prefer a type? And I was like, I probably would have liked to go the grey, because you know how there was like the light side, the dark side, and the grey side, which is like your Mandalorian and everything like that. And we would have done like an underwater Gungan ship. I think that would have been really cool.
Yeah, I think I would have chosen the dark side. Yeah. I'm a bit like that.
Amy's a bit dark. We're learning things here.
You wouldn't know.
Oh, I think I'd have an inkling. All right. Well, it has been a pleasure to have you today, Amy. Thank you. I'm going to throw it to you. Let the people know where they can find you on the interwebs and what you have going on.
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram or YouTube or Twitch at the moment. So Foxy Bloxie. Yes, I am on there. So send a follow or a like. And
I love it. We're hoping to have you play some games on the channel eventually. If you are interested, we would love to have you. I think it'd be a lot of fun. 100%. Losing yourself into a game, I think is incredible. Once again, thank you all for joining us today here on Ludlife. I did not have any written script today, just so you all know. So I've literally just gone off the fly because
we've had just a good old random chat.
Pretty much, just a good old rant. When in the company of friends, right? Why not? So yes, everybody who's here at the moment, don't forget to stick around. Red Wagon Inn is about to come up. And Amy, once again, thank you for coming and hanging out. I'm keen to have you again on the channel, like anytime. You're a gem. All right, we'll see you next time, guys.